tell us one thing? Frequent report about illegal coal mining. Katake Commission said, Garoils, in fact, activists are saying. What will be your intervention?
See, you will recall that number of intervention of the government has been sought for. And I think it is important for us to refresh ourselves with the responsibility that is vested upon the authorities pertaining to the issues of any illegal mining. Please remember that the Section 21 of the MMDR Act 1957 made it binding on the part of the government to take any issue of illegal coal mining cognizable. This is a cognizable offense. So when we say that this is a cognizable offense, that means the government or the authorities concerned who are vested with the responsibility have to take cognizance of any instances of such illegalities. Now you see that these issues of illegalities pertaining to the coal mining has been reflected in the various reports of the your Kataki committee. It is available for everyone. Based on that, the government has to take cognizance of these issues and rectify everything. But in absence of taking cognizance, then the authorities must be held responsible. That is as simple as that. You got my point? You have a committee, and the committee has submitted number of reports. The report itself is exhaustive, comprehensive, and reflective of what is happening. And besides this, you will recollect and appreciate the fact that earlier in the preceding years, we have flagged this issue before the government. I have personally written these letters to the Chief Secretary and expected action. But to my utter surprise, I don't see any action. Therefore, let us be very clear. Failure to take cognizance of these illegalities, people who are in authority will be answerable. And I think you are also aware that some of the national medias have carried a news article wherein the ED has conducted raids which is connected with business revolving around coke plants in Meghalaya. You are aware of that? Okay. Now here, I would like to further reiterate that if there are illegalities revolving around coke plants in Meghalaya, that means the authorities concerned in the respective districts, in the coal-bearing districts, must take cognizance. And the government on top of that must take cognizance of this and take action. Now, in absence of that, we have reasons to believe that the illegality of this scale, if it is happening in a small state like Meghalaya, which are not as inaccessible as it was before. Today, you have accessibility to all those coal mining areas. You have beautiful roads constructed. You have a connecting road from Shillong, Nongstoin through Salang, the coal-bearing areas. Do you have a problem to have accessibility? No, you don't have. So therefore, there cannot be any excuse for the authorities that they cannot know what is happening. Now, therefore, I think I have maintained it very clearly earlier also. Illegality of this scale in respect of coal mining for such a long period of time, as though it is continuing in perpetuity, cannot happen without the patronage of the authorities concerned. Therefore, it is not a blame game. Therefore, I will urge the authorities, the government of the day, to ensure that they fulfill their responsibility in sync with the laid down rules, laws, and all other constitutional requirements to protect the interests of the state. Stopping illegal coal mining and stopping illegal transportation of such illegally extracted coal is to protect the interests of the state, to protect the interests of the people. Now, whose responsibility it is to protect the interests of the state? It is I must say, a responsibility which must be considered almost as though it's a divine responsibility of the government. Because for a state of Meghalaya, when we are, struggling to have the resources required for the need of the developmental aspirations of the people. You have the district councils who are not yet able to pay their salaries. Where is the source of resources for the district councils? Is it not a fact that district council has a share of royalty accrued from the royalty collected by the government from coal? Is it not a fact? Now, if this coal, which are supposed to be subjected to legal, um, rather, which are subjected to all process of legalities, will eventually ensure that royalties which are required to be collected are collected in the right earnest. That means they will find their way into the public exchequer. But today, contrary is happening. So therefore, there is a complete failure of the government to protect the interests of the people, to failure to protect the interests of the state.
That doesn't mean that the government is protecting the deputy commissioners and the police chiefs.
You have to interpret, because when I say that the government has failed to protect the interests of the state and interests of the people as a whole, am I saying it now only? Has there been no repetition? There has been repetition for how many times?